So as you guys already know, it's Valentine's Day, and when it comes to Valentine's Day, there are three groups of people. There's one group who are super duper lovey-dovey on Valentine's Day. They have a Valentine, and they're basically just gonna have fun on Valentine's Day with said Valentine. That's where I am. You have a second group of people who absolutely despise Valentine's Day. Sometimes they call it Singles Awareness Day, but they really do not like Valentine's Day. When I say they don't like Valentine's Day, I mean if you mention Valentine's Day to them, they will destroy you. This is where I used to be. And then you have a third group of people who don't really care about Valentine's Day. They just want candy, and I was there too. So I know how everyone basically feels about Valentine's Day, but I'm gonna just share with you guys my Valentine's story. And if you want to share your own Valentine's story, down in the comment section below, by all means. And don't forget to hit that like button if you did enjoy this rant. But let's just go ahead and jump into my own personal Valentine's story. So as you guys already know, when it comes to elementary school, you basically have to give the entire class a Valentine's. When I say the entire class, I legit mean the entire class. You have to go to like your little Food Lion, CVS, whatever, Walmart, and you got to get like a box of like 30 cards and whatnot, 30 little Valentines, 30 little cute Valentines, shit like that. And then you got to buy like a bag of candy, because you got to, come on, when it comes to Valentine's, you can't have a card without candy, because come on, Valentine's candy is like amazing, it's awesome. And plus candy is like half off and shit whenever you get it on Valentine's Day anyway, so it's just better if you do get the candy and whatnot. But basically you have to give the entire class Valentine, but there's that one person in the class, there's that one boy or girl in the class that you really like, or you have a crush on them and whatnot, and it's like, well, I'm gonna give them 2 or 3 pieces of candy in their card, and I'm gonna write on their card very neatly, because I want them to know that they are special to me. So that's essentially what you do. You give them like 2-3 pieces of candy, because you can't really buy them something super extravagant, because you're elementary school, you don't have money. So you just put extra candy in their shit and whatnot, and then you just slip it to them, and you might wink at them or something like that, or you might give them this like really deep look and shit like that. It's like, yo, I gave you like a few extra pieces of candy, girl. So it's like, you want to be my Valentine, girl? I'm not gonna ask you, because it's like, I'm not gonna ask you, but if you want to give me let me know. It's like, I gave you some extra candy, so if you want to be my Valentine, then that's really good, but it's like, I can't tell you that, because we're in elementary school, and when it comes to elementary school, it's like, if the people find out that I like you, they will not let me live it down. So it's like, let's just keep this under wraps, so you gotta see the message in these 3 pieces of candy, okay? You gotta see the 3 messages, in these 3 pieces of candy. You feel what I'm saying? That's exactly how elementary school played out. Now, of course, I didn't do that, because I was not that smart back then. Hopefully there are much smarter kids doing that nowadays, but I was not that smart back then in elementary school. I just gave to the entire class, Valentines and shit. I gave like Power Ranger Valentines, I think, some shit like that, like Power Rangers and whatnot. I gave them pieces of candy and whatnot, and I just went on about my business. So eventually you get to middle school and whatnot, and when it comes to middle school and Valentine's Day, that's when it gets a little bit serious, because now you're not really required to give the entire class Valentines and whatnot. Essentially, that's when you have to get up and ask your crush, hey, do you want to be my Valentine? Now, of course, I was a really shy kid in middle school and elementary school and in high school. Basically, I was shy for my entire life, but I never really asked a girl to be my Valentine, because I was always too nervous to ask her. Like, I was just like, and then I never asked. And then at that point, it was when I finally got my confidence and shit, it was too late. So I was like, well, whatever. And then eventually, me being shy turned into anger, because I never had a Valentine on Valentine's Day. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck Valentine's Day. This is Singles Awareness Day. This is where this is our day to basically be happy that we're single, or some shit like that, and that's essentially what I ended up celebrating for, the past couple of years, like I think basically most of high school, because every time someone mentioned Valentine's Day, I was always pissed off, you know, because there was always lovey-dovey couples around me and shit, and I was like, I don't want to see your lovey-dovey shit around me because I don't give a fuck about you, you know, I don't care, like, go away, leave me alone, fuck you, you know. And I was always just really pissed and whatnot. And you know, that's essentially how a lot of people are on Valentine's Day. They don't like Valentine's Day because they don't have a Valentine's, and then they just turn it into Singles Awareness Day, and basically they just kind of, you know, do their own thing, you know. They hang out with friends and whatnot, and that's how they spend their Valentine's Day, or, you know, Singles Awareness Day. And that's essentially what I did. Now, of course, eventually, you know, came to college, and I came to the realization that it's like, well, you know, there's really no point in me being mad on Valentine's Day, because at the end of the day, it's my own fault for not, you know, mustering up the courage to ask, you know, the girl I like, you know, hey, will you be my Valentine or whatnot. I finally, you know, just realized, you know, hey, I should probably ask a girl if she wants to be my Valentine. Of course, with that being said, I still didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that, but eventually, you know, I'm dating Liz now. We've been dating for a year and whatnot, and essentially she was my very first Valentine, you know. Now, of course, with that being said, I have no fucking clue what to do on Valentine's Day. Well, I mean, you know, the standard go on a date and shit, but, you know, me and Liz, we're a long distance relationship and whatnot, so it's like we can't really just, you know, go on a date and whatnot. So it is a little more difficult to, you know, spend Valentine's Day together, because it's not really like, you know, we're not really together, but we're dating, of course, but it's like we're not like in the same place where we can go out to like IHOP or Golden Corral or, you know, some really fancy place and whatnot. But essentially, yeah, she was my very first Valentine. I had no clue what the hell to do on Valentine's Day. I'm still a little new to this whole thing, but if there's anything that you should get out of this video when it comes to Valentine's Day, is that it just takes time, you guys. It really does. If you're one of those people who just absolutely hates Valentine's Day, then I mean that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Just celebrate Singles Awareness Day, you know. Or, you know, if you don't have a Valentine on Valentine's Day, to just spend it with your family and friends and whatnot, because Valentine's Day is usually, you know, you spend it with the people you love, right? And if it's like you love your family and friends, then just spend it with them, you know. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure there are a lot more people out there who don't have a Valentine's, and, you know, you guys can just come together and then just be like, hey, let's just all be sad together and eat candy and play video games. And it's like, you know, yeah, there you go. And then, hey, maybe somehow, some way you find a Valentine's that way. I don't fucking know, but it just takes time, you guys. Like, don't give up hope when it comes to having a Valentine's on Valentine's Day, because it will happen, and it will be a very interesting experience. And that's a little bit cheesy, but that's really all I can really say, because that's essentially what happened to me. You know, I went from, you know, giving everyone in a class a Valentine to basically not liking Valentine's Day at all, to celebrating Singles Awareness Day, to essentially, you know, not giving a fuck about Valentine's Day anymore, to, you know, actually having a Valentine's on Valentine's Day. So it's just a process. You just gotta wait on it. And I mean, if you are spending Valentine's Day alone and whatnot, then I mean, I don't know, just spend it with friends and whatnot. Spend it with friends, play some games, you know, eat some candy. You know, hey, go to the store, buy some candy half off. You know, they're selling a shit ton of chocolate. You know, I mean, come on, it's Valentine's Day, a shit ton of chocolate, lollipops and shit. Like, you know, go crazy with the candy. I mean, this is the day to go crazy. You know, either Valentine's Day or Easter, but I mean, Easter's not here yet, so, you know, go crazy on Valentine's Day, get a shit ton of candy and whatnot. Don't be sad that you don't have a Valentine's on Valentine's Day, because there are a lot of people who are just like you, and it's honestly not all, I mean, it's a nice thing. It really is a nice thing to have a Valentine's on Valentine's Day, but at the same time, it's like, it's not really all that, because I mean, you should show the person you love that you love them every single day. You know, Valentine's Day is just one of those days where it's just like, well, you need to show them more love. I don't know. I don't really know all Valentine's Day shit thing. I'm just gonna spend it with Liz on Skype and shit. I don't know. I'm just here. But, you know, hey, let me know about your Valentine's story if you have a Valentine's story down in the comment section below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you have a great Valentine's Day. If you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, hope you have a great Singles Awareness Day. If you just don't care about Valentine's Day, just go have a shit ton of candy. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.